SEN Support. What support should a child or young person with special educational needs and disabilities get in an educational setting? What does the SEND Code of Practice say? All children and young people are entitled to an education that enables them to make progress so that they achieve their best, become confident individuals living fulfilling lives, and make a successful transition into adulthood, whether into employment, further education, or training. What should the setting be doing? The Code of Practice says to use their best endeavours to make sure that children or young people with special educational needs get the support they need. This means doing everything they can to meet children and young people's SEN. Ensure that children or young people with SEN engage in the activities of the educational setting alongside pupils who do not have SEN. Name a teacher to be responsible for coordinating SEN provision, the SEN coordinator or SENCO. Tell parents when they are making special educational provision for their child or young person. Publish an SEN information report and their arrangements for the admission of disabled children. How can a setting help my child or young person? Educational setting should be regularly checking every child or young person's progress, identifying the child or young person's needs early, adapting teaching to meet individual needs. If your child or young person is still not making progress, the setting should decide if they have SEN and need SEN support. School should talk with you and your child or young person about this. What is SEN Support? SEN Support is a four-stage cycle, also called the graduated approach. It is help that is additional to or different from the support generally given to most children or young people of the same age. The purpose of SEN Support is to help children and young people progress. The four stages of SEN Support. Assess. Teaching staff should work with the Special Educational Needs Coordinator to assess your child or young person's needs so that they give the right support. They should involve you in this and seek your child or young person's views. Sometimes settings will ask for advice from a specialist teacher or a health professional. They should talk to you about this first. Plan. If the setting decides that your child or young person needs SEN support, they must tell you. The setting should agree with you the aims or outcomes that will be set, what help and support will be given to meet the aims, and a date for progress to be reviewed. Do. The SENCO will support teachers, teaching assistants and specialist staff to put the plan in place. Review. The setting should review your child or young person's progress and the difference that the help has made to your child or young person. You and your child or young person should be involved in the review and in planning the next steps. If your child or young person has not responded to the help they were given, it should be decided what can be done next. This could be extra or different help. This could involve other professionals from external services, such as educational psychology or the school-to-school support service. If your child or young person is still not progressing, or the school is putting in far more support than for most children with SEN, the next step is to consider requesting a needs assessment for an Education, Health and Care Plan, or EHCP. Examples of SEN support: extra help from a teacher or a learning support assistant, making or changing materials and equipment, working with your child or young person in a small group, observing your child or young person in class or at break and keeping records, helping your child or young person to take part in class activities, making sure your child or young person has understood things by encouraging them to ask questions and getting them to try something they find difficult. helping your child or young person to work with other children or play with them at break times. Supporting your child or young person with physical or personal care, such as eating, getting around, toileting or dressing. Advice and or extra help from specialists, such as specialist teachers, educational psychologists and therapists. If your child or young person has a disability, the educational setting must put things in place so that your child or young person can access learning and take part in everyday activities. This is called reasonable adjustments. Contact us by phone on 01603 704070, by text on 07860 033 614, by email at sendpartnership.iass@norfolk.gov.uk, or visit us on our website www.norfolksendpartnership.iass.org.